Welcome. This is.
We need a better way of
We'll do it eventually. Welcome, episode 3, but episode 1 of this thing we're gonna talk about,
yes.
right?
Hello everybody. Okay.
If some of you saw it, what we posted was I was pronounced it wrong. Jama Taqseem,
Jama Taqseem.
right? Today
Yeah.
was sort of like an introduction. We're gonna go through some of the introductory themes that are problematic.
Yeah. That yeah.
From the first
From
episode.
the first episode onwards.
I have some themes. Do you have an opening statement about the show in general?
An opening statement.
Yeah, for me, it's like okay, it's a good conversation opener.
Yeah. I think it's portraying several issues, both from the male perspective and the female perspective. I think really good. Just like the expectations of like society, what they expect from a male, from a son versus from a female daughter, post-marriage,
You point at me. You said that.
pre-marriage. Is it pre-marriage? No, post-marriage.
Premarital.
Mainly post-marriage.
Premarital.
Premarital. Post-marriage and like the in-law system, joint family versus moving out and living independently by yourself. Like I think it's doing a really good job of showing kind of both the pros and maybe cons of it. But yeah.
So the first thing, the very opening of the show
Yeah.
was the guy or the girl liking the guy.
Yeah, she's the one who, yeah.
But she was the one like, okay, let's
She's the
get
one who
married.
brought it up, yeah.
Right? And I think the first, this is like the beginning of the show almost.
Yeah.
The first theme that's kind of problematic
Mm.
was the parents' reaction to it. Both of the parents'
Both
reaction.
the parents' reaction to it?
Layla?
Layla.
What do you say?
Oh.
Layla? Lala?
Lela.
Lala's
Look at this
reaction?
whitewashed person. Anyway, Lela. Don't forget it.
Why not? Okay, Lala?
Layla.
Her parents?
Mm.
Okay, her parents?
Yeah.
Her parents' reaction and Pace. I say Pace.
It's
Okay. Cass's reaction. Okay, Cass. Okay, Cass's reaction. I mean, Cass's parents' reaction.
Yeah.
Both were kind of extreme.
Yeah.
One was okay. No, the family's too uneducated, like too jahil.
Yeah.
And
That's a
then-
word
yeah.
that's been used a lot.
Oh
throughout.
man.
Like they're jahil and like they're illiterate,
Oh.
essentially.
And then Cass's parents. Cass. It's just
Yes.
Cass's
yes.
parents
Yeah.
were like they're too progressive.
They're too progressive, too liberal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both were like
Two extremes. Two complete extremes.
yeah. Which from a family side, I get from a
Yeah.
from a parent or a father or a mother's perspective.
Yeah.
They're like okay,
Like the concern.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I understand that okay, your families are getting
Yeah.
together, we're getting married, we're gonna have to interact
Yeah.
eventually with one another.
Yeah.
100% get it.
Mm.
But I don't think those interactions, like for those interactions, you can't just put up with stuff. Like you can't just like
Mm.
tolerate some things,
Yeah.
even if it's like a totally different family,
Family. Mm.
just for those meetups.
Right.
But I think in that instance, it's kind of like the whole family is very, very engrossed and invested into both of their marriage.
Yeah.
So meaning that they're not only this, the idea that you're not only getting married to each other, your families are
The
getting.
families are getting married.
Right?
Yeah.
I get that concept, but I think there needs to be like a limit to that concept, right?
Mhm.
Because you can't be meddling in
Yeah.
like the marriage.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to go even one step back before the families even got involved. Because before that, Lela and Cass, they both talked about, like, mainly Cass, he was like, my parents are very, like traditional. They have these, like, expectations.
Yeah.
He did say these things. And Lela was very chill about it. She was like, because she was an only child.
Yeah.
She was like, I want to enter into a family, into a joint family system because I've never seen that.
Yeah.
One of my things was before they got married, more so from the guy's perspective, like, did he not think it was going to be like it was going to be a big issue with, like, for example, Layla always wanted to work. She was very clear about it. I'm going to work after I get married. I think she was also pretty clear about, like, I don't know how to do, like, house chores, traditional house chores, like, the gender roles that kind of cast, like, his parents are very gender role. Like, the women, they stay at home, they in the kitchen, they cook, they clean, they raise the kids. The men are going to go outside and they're going to earn. That's kind of what the dynamic is. But Guess knew, like, Layla comes from a completely different set of, like, upbringing. Both her parents were working parents. She herself wanted to work. They're both educated. So for me, it was like, okay, first of all, like, what sort of expectations are you going to have when you're potentially approaching someone who does not fit in that traditional family sort of dynamic?
For me, I expected him to know the expectations. It's like what to expect. So like if you really like this person and you want to introduce them or talk to your parents about them, for example, right? My perspective is, okay, I already know the kind of things that I have to like have a conversation with my family on
about,
right? Because I know for a fact that I may be able to be like adaptable enough to like be to fit into my own marriage, but my parents might not. Their whole idea of caste not knowing or not being able to properly understand that, okay, this is the expectation that I'm inviting this girl to my family. Which, like, I don't, to be honest, I don't really get from a guy's perspective. Like, okay, if you really like a girl, but then all sort of things that all of these things you start prioritizing above the girl, it's fine. Like, but for me, it's like, Islamically, you're there to preserve the marriage. You're there to preserve the relationship between you two, and it's kind of like, it's a very complex relationship. It's not like all the time just rights and responsibilities all the time, right? So I don't understand why. Like, we're relating this to real life. I don't understand why a person like that,
like us,
us, would just automatically start prioritizing his family's needs and wants after he chose her, or chose to get married
to her,
right? Did he, like, does a person like that not have this understanding that, look, I'm choosing this person, and on top of that, I'm bringing this person into my life. Now, everything else previously has to be questioned or battled against. Right? So, like, if I bring somebody, for example, my wife's not from South Asian culture. Right? So when I got married to my wife, it wasn't, my expectation was, look, she's not from this culture. There will be things and conversations that will come up that I need to know about and I need to tackle properly. That's kind of like, this is like different cultures, but this is in the same culture, different mentality.
I wonder if it's, like, from a place of, like for example, he's seen his sister-in-law, so, like, his elder brother's wives. They were both housewives. They're both very much into, like, gender roles. They're, like, cooking, cleaning, raising the kids. Even his mom too, right? Even his sister. All the female sort of examples in his family, they're sort of compromised after marriage. They've taken those gender roles, traditional gender roles. None of them, they're very vocal about, like, oh, like, the women are for home, they don't go work. They very much, like, they stay at home. Like, I wonder if his thought process was like, oh, Layla will, like, also compromise because I've seen other women in my life do that. So I feel like he underestimated. That's how it came across to me. Like, from a female perspective, I feel like he was underestimating Layla to, like, actually take a stand and be like, no, like, this, I don't think I can do. And I feel like he maybe somewhere he had an expectation, like, everyone that I've known all my life, all the female figures, they've adjusted, they've taken up the gender roles. Layla will also learn. Because remember when she got married, like, the mother-in-law was like, oh, I didn't know how to cook, I didn't know how to do these things, but, like, I learned how to do it. So I wonder if he had that sort of expectation going into marriage.
I don't think a person like that would ever had, like, I don't know if he had his own mind to think. Right? For example, like, a lot of the times when, like, they would say, some moral things like the cooking or cleaning or taking care of the house or whatever it may be, he would just be like, he would play it off and say that, oh yeah, that's just how my family is.
How they are.
That's just how this. Not accepting the fact, he's not looking at it from any like right and wrong perspective. He's just looking at it because that's just how they are.
Because it's been so normalized for him. I think like he was coming from a place of like, but this is normal. That's how it is. That's how traditional families are. Yeah.
So like when Lala came in and she was like, oh, this isn't right. This isn't wrong.
Yeah.
Like this is wrong.
She started questioning. Yeah. Yeah. But she brought up a lot of things. Yeah.
Okay. So this kind of like goes into like the concept of the joint family system is there, but a lot of people in that system were behaving like insincerely.
Right?
So they were doing things not because they were actually okay doing it, but they were doing it because they felt like they needed to just do it. Out of like obligation, or like a command kind of thing. Because that's how, like even the father-in-law, like his dad, he kind of came across like a very like, okay, my word is the final word. That I never.
Yeah, like if I've said that, that scene from that movie, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham.
Oh yeah.
When he says, "Bas," what does he say?
When.
Kya diya to kya diya? Something like that, right?
Oh. कहते हैं ना, बस कह दिया.
It's very much like that. Like no one goes against my word. If you even dare question me, you're not being obedient, or like how dare you, like after everything I've given you guys in my life. So there was like no room for anyone to even question. And you don't have to. When I say question I feel like a lot of people automatically assume like you have to be disrespectful to like question certain things. You don't have to. There are obviously respectful ways of doing it. Of course, you should be respectful to your parents, your elders, but like I think that like the drama did a really good job of showing like he was so stern and he was like, nope, this is how I've done things my way. We're not changing anything. Like even the washing machine, for example.
Oh yeah.
She was like, let's get an automatic washing machine. He's like, no,
man.
This is we haven't done that. Today she's asking for a washing machine. Tomorrow she's gonna ask to like live independently. That was kind of what he was saying, which I found so funny. Like it's just a washing machine, like
I think to them it's like a game-breaking thing. Like to them it's like unfathomable.
Yeah, like they're so set in stone with like the traditions that are going on that anything that's even like slightly to make your life a bit easier, it comes across as like it's threatening.
To the traditional way.
To the traditional way, like, oh, you're going to threaten the entire like family dynamic and the joint family system and like respecting elders. Like it's a washing machine. How are you gonna relate that to?
A side point to that was the blackmail. Every time, like this is respectfully, like out of respect.
Yeah.
Parents saying that we did this a lot for you, we did this X, Y, and Z for you.
Yeah.
I get the emotional place to say it.
Comes from,
but just to understand it, just to put it into perspective, I have a daughter, right? I don't find it right to use that against her, right? To say that, okay, I did this X, Y, and Z. I chose to do it, right? I chose to do all of those things willfully, and I chose to spend and sacrifice time, money, whatever it may be, to be able to do that. I didn't do it with the intention in the future to use that against her, right? I don't understand that aspect, right? This is why I think this situation can be handled a little bit more like mercifully,
right?
So if you can have a disagreement, a respectful disagreement, but this from both sides, you can have a little bit more mercy attached to it. For like the washing machine, the washing machine thing place is like just wild. Like just an automatic washing machine versus like just manually washing
doing
the clothes. Like even them being upset at the fact that the husband and wife were doing chores together.
And when he was helping her with that looked down upon
the guy Faisal.
Faisal.
The guy Faisal with the glasses.
Right, the nephew.
He's the GOAT for me.
Yeah, he's
the best guy in the
good
drama.
example. He questions everything. Like, why are you doing that? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Every scene he
Really
comes
bad.
into is like, look, that's okay to
That's
do.
okay,
It's just
yeah.
fine. And he just shuts everybody down.
Yeah.
Like even when all the wives and the mother together, everyone's together, and they're saying like nonsense, wild stuff. They're like, oh, they're helping. He's like, what do you call it? There's like something chamcha. Bibi ka chamcha, sort of, right? They were talking like this.
Oh yeah, bibi ka chamcha.
And then he's like, what's wrong with that? Like helping
No, but
each
really
other.
though, it's a good point. Like, what is wrong if your spouse is helping you with house chores? What is wrong in that?
It's the
Like,
disgrace that
why?
why you can't do it herself.
Didn't Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he helped out around the house? Like, why do we like cherry pick certain sunnahs, but then we're like, oh no, this sunnah is against our cultural tradition. Can't be following that.
But the idea of the father being like the end all of everything, not every decision.
Yeah.
That just really it was terrible.
And like what happened in the end, unfortunately, they were left alone.
Yeah.
Like the two elder sons, they both ended up moving out. And the eldest one, he's a weirdo anyway. I don't know what he's doing. He's like, again, like he wants the money, he wants the will, all those things. But like, I don't know where that comes from. Like my word is the end of it all. Even like in real life, that's what I'm saying. Like this drama, I think, represents so many joint family systems. Like that's how they are. In South Asian culture, a lot of joint family systems are like that. Like you cannot question the elders ever. Things are very set in stone. If you try to go against anything traditional, it's threatening.
Yeah.
But why? Yeah.
Well, keeping in mind, we're talking about both sides, right? For example, there's one side where elders are super authoritative, and whatever they say, it's the end decision of everything.
Yeah.
On the other side, there's a complete disrespect for them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this system gives opportunity to both.
Yeah.
Right? That's why Islam kind of comes with a balanced mentality, right? So if you employ this, if you put the system and implement the system, there's a chance of you falling into either or.
Yeah.
There's been times where you unknowingly disrespect your elders, right? Yeah. There's times where mothers just drop their children off to elders, and then that affects raising a child or being with a child. Sometimes it's like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Right, and they just drop them off as if it's expected for the grandparents to do that.
Take care of.
Right.
Yeah.
There's times we silently might be hurting the elders, and you might not know because you're doing so in the name of tradition and culture. Right. That's why you have to like kind of step back and just have an analysis of the whole situation. Like, okay, look, am I doing this? Really, like, what's the intention? For example, if we have a conversation and go like, look, I just want to live separately but close to each other.
Yeah.
Right. I might go through problems if I'm not with my parents, but the difference is those problems are going to shape me. They're going to make me understand how the world works. They're going to make me not even the idea of independence, the idea of understanding how and forming my own lens to see the world versus like in the show. Cass or the older brothers always going to their parents like, oh, we want to do this, we want to do this. Like in the marriage, he asked for the salami. He had the father.
When Cass got married.
Yeah, when Cass got married, their dad asked for the salami. To pay for the marriage.
Oh yeah.
Pay for like the reception and everything.
Yeah.
Right, like. These things, like then everything becomes like disorderly, right? So you kind of keep on stepping away from what Islam tries to encourage to make life easier for you, right? So if Islam is asking you to don't go too extravagant, then you go too extravagant, and then a scene like that salami happens, and then you might hurt the husband and wife if they had certain things planned, or another place might be hurt. The whole point of Islam is to make things easier. If you're going to fight against that, then I think this drama highlights the type of issues that happen if you fight against it. Like unnecessary things without knowing, which was the example of a husband and wife helping each other. They're having a great time washing clothes, right? Like, and everyone's just like baffled. And like the
blasphemy.
What were the maids?
Huh?
The maids
The maids,
the maids talking to each other?
She was flabbergasted.
Like what?
All her flabbers were gasted. Guys. All her flabbers were gasted.
Yo, the maids
She was
talking
like,
to each other?
oh, astaghfirullah, how dare.
That was...
What did I see?
Oh man, the maids just in the show. The maids just talking to each other about all these things because they hear everything.
Yeah, of course, everything's happening in front of them, right? That's kind of how it is. Like things are just happening, and they have a lot of things to gossip about. Then, but okay, I also want to talk about like Layla's parents. They are another.
I like the dad.
Huh?
I like the dad.
I like the dad. Yes, I think he's mature. He's respectful.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him disrespect, even though like he might be receiving disrespect from like the other side. He's very like, let's keep the peace. Let's be respectful.
He does have a pissed off face.
Yeah. I love the scene where he goes like, I think it was like on the dining table or something, and he's like, what did he say? आप मुझे क्यों देख के ये बात कर रहे हो? That was really funny. But like Layla's mom, I think she is an example of another extreme.
Yeah.
Like, she has this mentality that if you're not a working woman, if you're just at home, you're being a housewife, you have your responsibilities towards your kids, you're doing chores out of, because you want to do it. Not a traditional way, but there are a lot of women that actually really enjoy staying home. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
To actually take care of a family. It's a huge responsibility. It's not an easy thing to do. Her mindset is coming across like, oh, you're jahil. You're jahil, illiterate if you decide to stay home and take care of your family.
That you provide no benefit.
No benefit, which is also completely wrong. That's another side of it, which is not okay. Yeah, she's educated. She's been working her entire life. That's kind of how she raised her daughter. But that doesn't mean you don't teach your daughter or your son, for example, your kids in general. That does not mean you don't teach them just basics of like surviving. You should know how to cook food, regardless of your gender. You should know how to take care of yourself and like keep your clothes clean or keep your space clean. Like wash your clothes, for example. You should know like laundry. You should know these things. Not because you're a male or a female, but because these are survival skills. You should know them. But her mentality then comes from this elite, there's a South Asian elite class as well, where they think like, oh, if you are not, going out of the house and if you're not financially earning, you are just like useless and you're oppressed and all those things.
For girls specifically.
For girls, I'm talking about girls from a woman's perspective. She's coming across like that, which is another extreme, and that's also problematic.
This, which is a good point, because Islam, this is the thing. Like we're always the one that end up creating that line between a guy and a girl. When Islam talks about being cleanliness as a Muslim. Yeah. As a Muslim.
Yeah. Like hygiene. That's very important, right? Yeah.
No gender is specified.
It's for both. Male and female.
In order for you to stand in front of Allah, you yourself, male or female, need to know how to keep yourself clean.
Yeah.
Right? And that all those different aspects are mentioned. It only comes when like the South Asian culture like prescribes gender to certain things.
Yeah.
Which that to me is when culture kind of mixes in with the religion, and then then both become distorted. Right? I don't think people just when you keep them separate, then and your priority is Islam, then you can correctly absorb the correct and the good aspects and not be in too stress or too worry or cause yourself and your family too much stress by absorbing like the majority of the culture that you don't question anything about, right? So you don't know where the traditions came from. It's just the fact that they came from either your parents and their parents' parents and their parents' parents. Like there's no line drawn. Because there's no line drawn. Where Islam is, and like Islam itself draws a line, and culture comes in. And then all of a sudden, these problems start, and then the reaction to those problems are also cultural reactions. Right? Like highly reactive. Oh, what are you doing? You've ruined us. You've ruined me. Honor's gone.
Honor. You guys know that scene from Mulan? Honor to your cows. You know the dragon scene? If you know Mulan, you know what I'm talking about. Honor to yourself. Honor to your cows. Maybe I'm mixing up the
different cow.
But different cow. in our tradition. But it's the same thing. Like, oh God, our honor is gone.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of this becomes like hard. Like so, from the very beginning of the show, where the process of marriage, that also becomes difficult.
Difficult, yeah.
Right now, kids can't come to their parents about people that they like, which isn't a bad thing. Like, I want to just get this out of the way. It's not a bad thing for children to come to their parents and say that, look, I like this person.
All right, this is another topic.
Can we just maybe you can help me invest some time to understand this person, and maybe are we compatible to get married? Right?
Yeah.
That's just essentially what the child is asking.
Yeah.
Right? The child at that time, if they came to you and if they said, look, man, I have this person, I would really love for you to meet with him or her or whoever, right? And then that's just the ask is just hear me out, invest some time. I just want to know what you think, because as a parent, you're being given importance, right? You're being given value, you're being given honor. If none of that was being given, all of that would have been done without your know-how anyway. Right? That's how disrespect and dishonor to the devaluing of parents comes from.
Yeah.
But Islam doesn't say that. It doesn't support that. Doesn't encourage it. It's against it. Like, you have to. This is where the highly reactive nature of mixing culture with Islam makes everybody highly reactive.
Yeah.
And one of the first podcasts when we talked about racism and colorism, that becomes highly reactive too. And then maybe in the future we talk about nationalism, right? Then nationalism becomes highly reactive. And everyone starts, regardless of the fact that all of us being Muslims, we just start hating one thing after the other. Irrational hate. There's no basis for it. The only basis is maybe you had a bad experience one time and then you hate the whole nation.
Whole nation, yeah.
That's
it. Everyone is like that.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because people could say that about your nation too.
And they won't tolerate it. Pakistanis don't tolerate that.
Yeah.
Right?
South Asians in general, no one tolerates it. Whether you're Indian, Pakistani,
Sri Lankan,
Bangladesh. No one would tolerate that.
Yeah. It's that's something I don't know why we do it. And I know why we do it. The reason we do it is because culture is more of a priority than Islam, right? So you want to preserve where you're from. I know you want to preserve. I get it. You want to preserve your identity. You want to preserve where you're from, where you grew up, where you learned everything. Completely fine. But when you start, if I start pushing anything of my identity onto somebody else, they're not going to like it, right? This isn't just for strangers. Right? This is for our close personal relationships. So when I'm talking to my daughter has her own experiences. Right? I'm there to serve as a guide, not a dictator. Right? So there's an obvious difference between the two. Right? So I need in the guide portion, in the guide element, that I recognize that she has her own experience, she has her own life, she has her own maybe things that if I did my job correctly at first, if I was a good role model Islamically as a Muslim, as a father to my daughter, right? And then she develops her own life, her own experiences, her own wants, and what she wants to do, how she wants to contribute to the rest of society, whatever it may be. I'm there to serve as a guide. But culture makes it so that I should be there to serve as an authority. That how dare I let my daughter do such and such. That how dare I, where does that come from? The how dare I don't get. How dare this happen? How dare she does this? How dare she does that? This is another adult that is going to be questioned as an adult by herself. I'm not going to be there, and this is the one main thing I think that culture kind of pushes away from, that the day of judgment. I'm not going to be there with my daughter, being that same authoritative figure. My daughter, as an adult, is going to be judged for her own actions. Right? So we need to carry that sentiment forward. We need to start treating the treatment of each other as an adult, even between parent and child, siblings and husband and wife. This is kind of it's kind of being skewed. And because the drama highlights it very nicely, just because the the relationship between Qais and Lala.
Yeah.
I can never friggin'. I have to go between Arabic and Urdu, man. Qais and Layla, Qais and Lala have to. Their relationship gets like a little bit damaged too.
Of course,
Right?
right?
They start
It's going
arguing
to
more.
suffer.
Like
They're like
before,
literally getting what's that word? Like
butting heads.
no, they're like getting punched from both sides. You know, Leila's parents, like that's like the dining scene, essentially, the dining table scene, which we posted as a snippet. I think that's a great example of like how they're both getting punched from both sides, and they're just like, yo, what do we do?
Yeah.
Like, how do we?
When you expect like elders to be a little bit more wiser,
more understanding, more
exactly,
because they're both trying to like shush their parents, like don't talk like that, don't say that, but no one's listening except for Leila's dad. He's chill.
Maybe he's retired, I think.
Yeah, he's retired. He's retired. They're both retired. Right? Leila's parents, they're both retired.
Doesn't Qais's dad like kind of handle the
business?
Yeah.
He gave it to his elder son. He's like, he can handle everything now, my health and whatever, and because they left, and anyway, that's a different thing. But yeah, but that dining table scene is so interesting to me because this entire thing of also like like, oh, how come you guys are staying here? This is our son's house. And then the mother, Leila's mother, goes like, what if you don't have a son? And then she goes like, have sabr. What kind of response is that? But it's like, I'm so glad they brought this up because Leila's an only child. I'm an only child as well. So I've always, it's something I've always thought, like the expectation, like, growing up, I've seen it in my family, seen it all around me in South Asian communities. The sole expectation is that, okay, the girl's when they get married, the girl's going to leave her entire family. She's going to move in, adapt, compromise, and adjust with the guy's family and her in-laws. At
the same time, trying to detach from her own.
Detach from her identity with her parents, siblings, whatever her life was.
Yeah.
Why is it only expected from the girl, though? For example, Leila is like a great example. She's an only child. There's no one necessarily looking after her parents. Cass, his family, there's 3 brothers.
Yeah.
They're all living together. Parents were well looked after. How are you just saying that have sabr?
Yeah. This is devaluing gender.
And is it only a son's responsibility to look after their parents? What about a daughter? She can't, after marriage, look after her parents? Like, that's kind of like, I don't know how you saw it, but that's how I saw it. Like, I feel like that was a message that was being conveyed. Like, oh, because this is our son's house, he can take care of us. But how dare Leila's parents come here, and why? She should also be taking care of us.
Yeah.
Because there's this constant thing, right? Where's Leila? Why is she not serving? Why is she not doing this?
Yeah.
But God forbid if like Gas did that, it's gonna be like, oh, he's like jump, right? Those are the terms they use.
This is the thing. They never like. Okay. It's a basic understanding of rights, right?
Yeah.
So the man has the responsibility to his parents, but so does the woman have responsibility to
his parents. Exactly. Right? Yeah.
So like this is not gendered.
Yeah. This is not gendered.
Why are we applying gender?
Oh, that's such a good point.
To concepts that are not gendered.
How is taking care of parents gendered?
Yeah.
I love this.
I don't understand that. As a child of your parent, male or female,
irrespective,
you take care of your parents.
That's a responsibility Allah has given you.
Yeah.
So how are you then saying have sabr?
What? Because in that one
you
statement,
don't have a son.
Oh my God.
And your daughter can't take care of you, but she must take care of us.
This was a recent conversation I also had because this is extremely. This is the devaluing the other 50% of the population, right? Because people think they're not doing it, right? They're like, oh no, I don't think girls are bad. I don't think having girls is bad. But then they'll go and say this.
Bad mentality,
right? They'll like, oh no, having girls is not a problem, but oh, mashallah, you had a son.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is another topic. Can't go into
next podcast.
Oh, this is
But I think we should cut it off So concluding thoughts.
I never know what to conclude.
Okay, so basically, and we'll go into further discussion in like more parts because this is a topic I think that's like close to both of us.
Yeah. And I think so many people can relate to this topic.
Yeah, inshallah, hope you guys enjoyed. This is a little bit shorter than usual. We're just trying to set everything up, so
yeah,
bear with us for a little bit. What?
10 years to set up anyway.
Okay, just a lot of the tech. You know, we're going off of $10 a month of funding. So we're kind of
giving this $10.
It's just
not YouTube.
Us repaying ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
We will. This was a good episode. It was good. This was like the first little bit summary of an analysis of what we did for the Jama Taqseem. There's a lot of like themes in that show.
And also, it's still going on. Like it's not done yet. So
midway.
You're not really saying anything.
I'm trying to conclude.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, look. Yes, she's right. It is going on.
Of course, I'm right.
And there's other dramas.
Yeah, let me talk pressing women. Anyway, don't put that. I was just joking. I'm just joking. Don't put that in.
Okay, just go on. I'm the one that brought up the point of.
Okay, go.
Oh no, go on. No, please,
I have
please.
no point. I was just making fun of you. Go.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that in.
Yeah,
okay.
No, don't put that in.
Okay, so yes, there's a lot of themes that come from Jama Taqseem and all the other drama she watches all the time. But we will be bringing a lot of those up, and the reason being is there's all these dramas they bring about like very like realistic themes, right? Things that are affecting real lives and real families. Yeah. Right, and it's a great way to kind of bring up the conversation how to differentiate between what we are doing as a culture versus what we should be aiming for as a religion, as a deen. Right, we kind of want to bridge that gap, right? Make a line, right, where there is none. Right, so inshallah, hope you guys enjoyed. Did she have any concluding thoughts? Because clearly I'm oppressive, so. Say it. Say whatever you want to say.
Oh my God.
Say whatever you want to say.
Anyways, yeah, I think that was really good.
You want to sign us off?
How do I do that? We gotta come up with something, man, to introduce us. Oh yeah, Achadi. Why are we not using the name of our own podcast? Sorry.
This has been Achadi.
This has been an Acha podcast.
What? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this has been Acha podcast.
Acha podcast, and hopefully we can, moving forward, talk about more of these issues that I think Pakistani dramas they portrayed really good. So stay tuned and
see you guys on the next one.
See you guys in the next one.
Salam, Allah, whatever you like to say.
Assalamu alaikum.